Hey, how you doing? My name's Chris. Welcome to my shop. The Toolmasters Association. I don't know if you're familiar or not. I've spoken about it a couple times. If for some reason you're not familiar with the Toolmasters Association, I'll leave a link down below. Click on that. Check it out. You may it may be worth your while to do so. But anyway, I've been a member of the association since it started. I'm what you might call a founding member, which just means I signed up early. But it sounds, you know, it sounds preppy and yuppie enough, so I'm a founding member. Anyway, the Toolmasters Association has crazy contests every month for the members to get involved in, and these aren't judge contests. You know, it's just to basically motivate people to get out in their shops and do some cool stuff. And the challenges change from month to month, and the prizes change from month to month, and it's all done by a random drawing generator. But as a founding member, yeah, I have never been involved in any of the challenges that's gone on. And I think that if I don't get involved pretty soon, Izzy Swan may beat me until I start looking like Bill Lutz. And God, we don't want that. I mean, this is bad enough, but nothing but love, Bill. Anyway, this month's challenge, it's a crazy one, and it takes a couple things. So if you have a second, let me introduce you to my little friends. 2 2x4s. The challenge this month is to make something out of 2 2x4s. I made something out of a single 2x4, and that was quite a challenge. And for some reason, I'm having a harder time coming up with what I'm going to do with 2 2x4s. You'd think it'd be easier. It's more wood. Anyway, the Toolmasters Association 2 2x4 challenge is what I'm doing today. So stick around, and we'll see what I come up with. Okay, kids, full disclosure time, okay? And if this disqualifies me from the challenge, then you know what, that's fine, but I'm still gonna friggin' do it. As you might imagine, after I built that barbecue cart, I had a lot of 2x4 cutoffs. And I wasn't kidding when I said I was having a hard time figuring out what to do with 2 2x4s to make something. So I started thinking maybe I should just use the cutoffs and kind of prototype something before I cut into a piece of, you know, 8-foot piece of 2x4. And I did that. And I've come up with something that I'm completely happy with. And if you'll give me a second, let me see if I can qualify this for the challenge. And I'll show you what I have and then what I plan to do. Okay, so using the idea I had and the cutoffs I had on hand, here's what I came up with. I've got 3 rows of 2x4 here that I cut up into what I thought what I would do as a prototype. And this actually is working out for me, so I'm going to keep these. But I've got 3 rows, and each row is 28 inches long. So 28 inches times 3, when I went to school, was 84 inches. A 2x4 is 96 inches. So that should leave me 12 inches, right? Although I probably lost about an inch in the saw blade kerf making all those cuts. So I tell you what we're going to do. Just to keep things on the up and up, let's just take that guy out of the picture. I've got 1 2x4 left to work with. That's what I'll be doing the rest of the video on, okay? All right, I hope this doesn't disqualify me, but you know, if it does, like I said, I'm gonna do it anyway. So let's get busy. Yep, all right. Before I go any further with this, I'm going to call this a fail. The concept that I have will work. It's just I don't think I can do it within the constraints of this challenge. And it's... well, here, I tell you what. Let me bring the camera on, and I'll show you what I was intending to do. Explain to you why I don't think it's going to happen, at least not in the challenge. I mean, I probably am going to go ahead and finish this, but let me show you what I'm talking about. Anyway, here, come here. All right, here's the deal. This is the piece I just glued together. This is the first part. I'll tell you what my idea was. My idea was to do something like this. To bring all these together. And to create a tabletop, because I thought that pattern looked kind of cool. And I was going to do like a cross-legged base on it, so that it could fold up and this thing could fold over and it could be easily stored. But I was doing this for a shop table, and the reason why I consider this a fail is because if you know anything about woodworking, and I know a lot of you do, there's some real problems with doing this if I was just going to glue this up, which was what I was going to do. We've got a lot of end grain to long grain connections here that just are not going to be good joints unless they're reinforced with at least, at the very bare minimum, biscuits, but at least dowels would need to be used here. Or if you have a domino, a domino joiner would work here. But this to just glue this up, end grain to long grain, yeah, and if I can't do it right, I'm not going to, because I don't want to go introducing all different kinds of hardware and stuff into this, because the challenge is to make something using only two 2x4s, and if I start adding other stuff to it, well, then I may be bending the rules a little too much. So I may go ahead and finish this and do it correctly, but as far as the challenge goes, yeah, this is I'm going to chalk this up to being a fail. So yeah, I'm sorry to have you guys sit through an entire video and not get a chance to see a finished product, but sometimes things they just don't work out the way you'd like them to, and you just got to move on. Unfortunately, this challenge is over in a couple days, this month's challenge anyway, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get anything done. So this is going to hurt. I know it's going to hurt. All right, Izzy, do what you got to do, man. As for the rest of you, until the next time. Izzy, my brother, I love you, man. Don't, come on, don't. Ow, ow, man, that hurt. Hey now, hey, ah! Oh.
We'll check you guys out later. Thanks.